I'm going to talk about a movie called Godzilla vs. Megalon, which, if you're a Godzilla fan, you either love or hate. It's hated by many Godzilla fans because, released in 1973, it was part of the whole 70s wave of Godzilla movies that basically showed the Godzilla action in a juvenile light, very campy, very lighthearted. Godzilla was a good guy. And here in North America, movies like this one, well, especially this movie, has really contributed to the idea that Godzilla is really for kids. But Godzilla vs. Megalon is seen with fondness by other fans because, I mean, it was shown all the time in the 80s, 90s, and probably the 70s too. And a lot of fly-by-night video companies released videotapes of Godzilla vs. Megalon, I guess mistakenly believing that it was public domain. I don't think it ever was. Maybe under Saperstein, it fell out of his rights and became public domain in North America, but I don't know. In the past decade, this movie was extremely hard to find. And now, this past year, it's been released on DVD, which, you know, I really love because I have fond memories of this movie. There are a lot of cool parts in it. Basically, this movie's about these Seatopians that live like underground. They're upset with nuclear testing, and they release a creature of their own called Megalon, who's this big cockroach-looking dude who teams up with Gigan, this guy. And Gigan's from space. He was introduced in a movie before this. There's Megalon, and this dude here is Jet Jaguar, who's grown to giant size to fight these guys. He's a robot. In real life, Toho, the company that makes the Godzilla movies in Japan, they had a contest for kids to design their own creature, and someone designed this guy, Jet Jaguar, who's a combination of Ultraman and Mazinger Z in Japan, and he looks like he's designed by a kid because he's so colorful, but he's really cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a figure of this guy. I think I just saw a hole in his armpit there. Anyway, these costumes were getting kind of raggedy as they were fighting all the time, but anyways, at some point here, Godzilla's going to show up and save the day. This movie, I mean, it's fun, it's colorful. It's funny because I saw it just recently, and I thought I was going to be bored by it. I thought, well, maybe when I was a kid, I really loved this film, and now when I watch it, it's going to be kind of, you know, nonsense. But I was surprised by how much I enjoyed the film. And this fight here goes on for a half an hour, and there's so many great moments in it. Like, and of course, there's the infamous Godzilla tail slide where he revs up, and then he flies in the air kind of thing with his feet in front of him and his tail like on the ground, and while Jet Jaguar holds a villain like sort of like a wrestling. And in fact, this fight is a lot like tag team wrestling, which is funny. This is one of the movies where Godzilla adopts like human fighting characteristics, and here he is. He's sort of like raising the roof kind of thing, you know, as he's coming, you know, sort of like getting a crowd. There is no crowd, just these guys, but it's almost as though like he's a wrestler getting the crowd to be pumped up as he's getting in there. So he's coming in to beat up these two guys. He's already faced Gigan before, so you destroy that guy. Megalon's a new guy to him. Megalon can also burrow underground and stuff. He's cool in the video games. So meanwhile, Jet Jaguar's getting his ass kicked. Yeah, this is a really awesome movie. I really enjoy all the Godzilla movies, even the bad ones. I mean, I like Godzilla vs. Gigan. That was the one where for some reason the villain set up a Godzilla theme park. It's sort of like a Disney theme park with a big Godzilla building in the center that can actually shoot lasers out of its mouth. You know, that's awesome. And I really like the Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like that movie, but to me, that movie is cool because a lot of these Godzilla movies, the monster doesn't really show up for a while, and monster action doesn't really happen for a while, but that movie gets right into the monster action really quickly. This movie, I mean, gets into the monster action fairly quickly. This last fight is really the showpiece and really the best thing about this film. So I mean, if you're in the mood for like a campy film, and they're gonna shake hands like in wrestling and stuff. If you're in the mood for a campy, fun film, and you want to watch a movie like a party movie with a whole bunch of people, this is a great choice. Godzilla vs. Megalon. It's wicked.